What's up, YouTube? I hope all is well with you because everything is fabulous with me. Before I start this Biggest Loser recap, I would like to acknowledge someone that hit me up at my Facebook account. Michael of the Blue Team decided to message me. He basically told me that he didn't appreciate my critiques on his training last week on the Biggest Loser episode. And he also wanted to let me know that he is holding it down for the Blue Team. Okay, where do I start with this? Michael, please don't act like I was saying that you were a horrible person. I wasn't saying that. I was just saying you're a horrible trainer. I'm just playing with you. I want to give a big shout out to Michael, and I'm glad that he hit me up and told me that he likes my reviews. It actually encourages me to go ahead and push on, so yay. What have you done today to make you feel proud? So we start off the episode with everyone being sad that Pam's gone. And I had to reminisce on the loss that happened last week once again. It's too painful. I don't want to talk about it. Then it kind of transformed into this really bad skit. It kind of went a little like, oh my goodness, when we work out, we usually eat because we are so hungry. I know. Let's go to the kitchen and get something to eat. Chugga, 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 chugga. Oh no, there's nothing in the fridge. What are we to do? I think they were trying too hard in the acting portion and they failed miserably. Biggest Loser, you need to do better. In the refrigerator, Jackson found a note from Allie telling them to go to their nearest supermarket. At the supermarket, Allie was there and she told them that they had a new challenge. They wanted to challenge the Biggest Loser team to eating healthy on a very cheap budget. Then Allie told them that they will get a $10 a day budget in order to get all the food they will eat in an entire week. I know that in my mind, I think it's very expensive to eat healthy and all the junk food is a lot cheaper. But it's nice to see how you can eat healthy on a cheap budget. She gives them 15 minutes to do all their shopping, which I think is definitely a very difficult task to do. But everyone succeeds. Everyone gets everything they need. And they all are within budget, which I was really worried about. I was like, oh no, someone's going to go over budget. But no one went over budget, which is kind of cool. When they get back to the house, everyone, I guess the psychology of, oh, we only have this certain amount of food for the whole week. Everyone starts trying to barter and say, hey, I'm going to give you 2 lemons for 3 cucumbers. It's like the dumbest thing ever. And everyone was just going cranky because I think they were feeling the stress and the desperation of knowing that they don't have any other options for the rest of the week. Meanwhile, back on the ranch, we see Gina and David kind of form a bond and start talking gameplay. Then when it comes to the workouts, Alex, she kind of breaks down and she walks off the set because she's frustrated with her working out. She feels like she's not getting the numbers that she wants to get. And we get a little insight into the life of Alex. She was talking about her love life and how she would love to have a boyfriend, but it's kind of hard to try to love someone when you don't even love yourself and you don't think that anyone would want to get with you. Which is crazy because even as an overweight girl, Alex is beautiful. I was like, man, girl, if I was in your position, girl, I'd be pulling. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. So Alex kind of has a tantrum and she walks off to the bathroom and then Jillian's kind of like, Bob, I need you to get your girl because she is tripping. And so Bob goes out to her to see what's going on. You know, why are you upset? What's going on? Why are you down and out? At that point, Alex says, don't know what's going on with my body. I am so fed up. Bob's like, are you kidding me? You are young, you're beautiful, you can do this and you're not doing this. I'm sorry, I have to give my honest opinion about that little spat. I think it was a little contrived. I'm sorry, you know I love me some Alex, but this is something she had to do. It was clear that she was falling to the wayside because, you know, she's not doing so great in the challenges and she's not doing so great in the weigh-ins. She has to do something to get Bob's attention. Is that something that I think she should have done? Absolutely. Once again, we go back into the workouts. And one thing that I loved was the fact that Dove, he was telling Lisa, You want to look good in that dress for your husband? Go ahead and work it out. If it was me, I'd be like, no, Dove, I want to look good in that dress for you. It's me and my thick little mind. Whenever we see Jillian working out with Danny, and Jillian has completely changed her attitude. That rough, tough person that she used to be, she can't be anymore. Because clearly it's not working, because she only has one player left. To me, in my opinion, Danny is in the best spot possible. She's the only person on her team, so she has the complete and undivided attention of the famous Jillian Michaels. Girl. Then we shoot back to the kids, and we see that Lindsay, Sunny, and Bingo are working on their goals at home. Sunny wants to go to prom and look cute. Lindsay wants to try out for her high school cheerleading team, and Bingo wants to play baseball with his friends. And I just think it's nice to see them just living active lives, and I'm excited to see them in their transformation. I think I'm more excited for the children than I am for the adults, because, I don't know, you just see their whole lives ahead of them. Then we see Gina, and she's talking about gameplay, and she's talking about how everyone's talking about gameplay, but ironically, the only people we've seen talk about gameplay is Gina and David. The fact that the oldest people are the ones talking about it kind of disappoints me, because you think they would be a little bit more mature about the situation, you know? Then it's challenge time. Before the challenge starts, Gina complains to Allie that there's not enough fish in the house. And then Jeff rolls his eyes. Gina, go home. The challenge this week is a swimming challenge. Each team is to swim across a lake, get a coin, swing back across the lake, and drop it into a fountain. Each person on the team is to get 10 coins into the fountain. Because Danny's the only person on her team, she only has to get 10 coins, while the red team has to get 40 and the blue team has to get 50 coins. Right? So the challenge commences, and neck is Joe and Danny. Joe is determined to beat Danny because Danny beat Joe last week in the 5K. Meanwhile, on the blue team, Alex is talking about how she does not get along with water. Way to reify the stereotype, Alex. Good job. So once again, the red team and the white team are neck and neck, and eventually the white team wins. Because Danny wins the challenge, she gets the choice between a 2-pound advantage or a phone call home. Everybody was praying that Danny would choose that phone call home, but nope, Danny is smart, and she chooses the 2-pound advantage. I loved it when Jackson said, Danny, choose the phone call. Your mama misses you. Choose the phone call. Then we cut to a scene in which David goes back to Dr. H to find out what's going on with his knee. Basically, his knee is all sorts of messed up. And then we come to find out that his knee was injured before he got onto The Biggest Loser. Bob is furious. He wonders why David didn't say anything in the first place. And David gave such a candid and typical answer for most guys. He said he didn't want to give an excuse for why he couldn't do the workouts like everybody else. And it's clear that David is holding back a lot of emotions. And then we get to see David's story. And it was just so sad to see David in such a vulnerable position. But it's something that needed to happen, because we need to go ahead and have him take care of his emotions as well as his weight gain, so that he doesn't gain the weight back. Then it's weigh-in time. Dun 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 dun. First, the red team goes up. Joe is first up on the scale, and he loses 11 pounds. And he's out of the 300. Then Francelina comes up, and her hair is as big as the sky is high. I think it was the swimming challenge that just did it for everybody. Water, hair, no. Screw it. Then Jackson gets on the scale, and he loses another 8 pounds. That's 20 pounds in 2 weeks, which I think is amazing. Lisa loses 5 pounds, which is a good job. Then it's the blue team. Gina is the first to get on the scale for the blue team, and let me tell you, she had so many excuses in the book. She was just talking about things that just didn't go well this week, and how it just messed with her emotions, and Clearly, it didn't make any difference because she gets on the scale and she loses 9 pounds. Excellent job, Gina. Michael goes up next. Michael loses 13 pounds. Jeff loses 13 pounds. Excellent job to you two guys. David loses 10 pounds, which once again, I have so much respect for the guy because he loses so much weight even though he's not doing the same workouts everybody else is doing. So big ups to him. We find out that the blue team has beaten the red team when it comes to the weigh-in. But the last person to get on the scale is Alex. Everybody wants to see if Alex can hit the double digits because she hasn't done it since she's been on the Biggest Loser Ranch. Alex gets on the scale and she loses 10 pounds. And she is happy as can be, as she should be. Then the last person to get on the scale is Danny. Danny loses a whole 9 pounds. And on top of that, she has a 2-pound advantage, making her safe from elimination. So unfortunately, it means that the red team is up for elimination. And this completely bummed me out because I love all the characters on the red team. They're such a fun, loving team, and I was sad to see that they were going to be broken up a little bit. Joe could not be voted out because he was the biggest loser. So it's down to voting out Jackson, Francelina, or Lisa. Lisa, unfortunately, gets eliminated and she has to go home. Though I was sad for her, I wasn't sad for her too long because I saw her transformation and she looks really, really good. Like, she's basically done. She looks really, really good. And on top of that, she is now an athlete with her family, which I think is beautiful. And then also, she is a special ed teacher, which is something that I aspire to be. I want to be a special ed teacher eventually. But she decided that she was going to take the skills that she learned at the Biggest Loser Ranch and apply it to her special needs students. So that's it for the episode. Now that I'm done with my recap, it's now time for my weigh-in. Ha!
Catchy, last week you were 362 pounds. Your current weight is...
I have to admit, I've had a terrible, terrible week. I don't think I did anything at all related to weight loss, even though the week before I promised myself that I was going to concentrate on losing weight. I don't want to dwell on this too long because I just got to do what I have to do, and I'm not doing it right now. Crap. One thing I like about this recapping thing is it's keeping me accountable. If I had gained weight any other time, I would not come to make an update or a video. But now you guys get to see when I screw up and when I do stupid things. And I did some stupid stuff this week. I hope that you guys are doing everything that you need to do in order to have a happy, healthy, successful life. And I will talk to you next week. And hopefully next week will be a better week for me.